Hey, so my name is MJ Hammond. My invasive species is the Asian tiger mosquito. So where are they from originally, and what type of organisms are they? They're called Aedes albopictus. It is home to Southeast Asia, including Japan, China, India, and parts of Indonesia. In the original ecosystem, it has lived in tropical and subtropical forests, breeding in water-filled containers such as tree holes and leaf axils. Aedes albopictus is a mosquito, which is classified in an arthropod. So when it comes to the niche and limiting factors, the Asian tiger mosquito serves as a pollinator in its natural habitat by consuming nectar. It is also a prey species for fish, amphibians, birds, and predatory insects like dragonflies. Because of natural checks and balances, it also serves as a carrier of diseases in wildlife, yet this is usually less an issue than it is in an invasive region. It mostly develops in organic habitats, including rock pools, bamboo stalks, and tree holes. It feeds on a variety of hosts, including people, mammals, and birds, and is diurnal, meaning it is active throughout the day. Albopictus populations are naturally contained by a number of variables in their natural habitats. When it comes to competition, because of its better reproduction ability in artificial containers, Aedes and other mosquito species could compete with its metropolitan environments. When it comes to predation, is bats, birds, and dragonflies consume the adults, while fish, copepods, and aquatic insects such as beetles consume the eggs and larvae. Pathogens and disease is going to come down to fungal infections, which are examples of natural diseases that aid in population control. Talking about climate restrictions, larval habitat and adult survival are inherently decreased by seasonal climate patterns like as dry seasons and freezing winters. So when it comes to the location of the invasion, in the United States, it was initially found in Texas in 1985, and today it is found in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, and it can go as far as Illinois, New Jersey, New York, and it will go to the west to California. The United States habitat, so it thrives in cities and suburbs, mostly in regions where stagnant water is collected by man-made containers such as gutters, flower pots, rubbish, and abandoned tires. Global spread, invasive in the Pacific islands, Brazil, Colombia, Nigeria, Italy, Spain, France, and Greece. When it comes to albopictus, was brought to new areas by international trade, particularly shipments of discarded tires and decorative plants such as lucky bamboo. The species is still spreading thanks to human movement, which enables it to reach new areas, and climate change, which increases the amount of suitable habitat. When it comes to the impacts of invasion and these changes. So public health risk, it is an effective vector for West Nile virus, the Zika virus, dengue fever, and yellow fever. Large outbreaks are uncommon in the United States, and albopictus raises the possibility of local spread, particularly in southern states like Georgia. The ecological impact competes with indigenous mosquito species for resources and nesting grounds. They can dispense with native mosquitoes that are less aggressive or adaptive, becomes dominant in aquatic larval groups, upsetting food webs. When it comes to competition, it causes some native species to change their habitats or breeding habits. Additionally, predators can change their feeding habits, which could put additional strain on the other insects. Economic costs affect higher expenses for public health initiatives, pesticide programs, and vector surveillance. Areas with high nuance biting or disease outbreaks run the risk of seeing a fall in tourism. By using manufactured containers instead of natural ones, it has expanded its niche in the United States to thrive in metropolitan settings. Behavioral adaptation continues to bite during the day, increasing human exposure, in contrast to native mosquitoes that are nocturnal. Its ability to feed on a wide variety of hosts, such as household animals and urban wildlife, maybe increase its contribution to the spread of zoonotic diseases. For eradication controls and solutions, so reducing sources, chemical treatments, natural control, and experimental genetic methods are all used to manage Aedes albopictus. The most effective plan to take it is to remove standing water, which is possible by public education. Although they are employed, chemicals like adulticides and larvicides might damage non-target species to lead to resilience. In smaller regions, biological actions like the introduction of fish or copepods have been effective. Although they display potential genetic methods, such as releasing sterili or genetically modified mosquitoes, are still not widely used. Complete removal is unlikely. Even if local control measures can lower populations, control methods need to be carefully planned due to environmental issues.